Well, hello guys. Today is, I believe it's Monday when I'm filming. It's about 6:30. I already cooked my dinner, fed everybody, made their plates. I just did an unboxing on my main channel here at the park. And I'm in a different town, a different city. And so I sat outside and did the AIA beauty box. Something different. So many people in their cars were staring at me. But I gotta get used to it, you know. It's very pretty here. I came here before. This is where it was that disc flying thing, and I was like, I thought it was for frisbees. No, it wasn't, you know. And then I found out it was like real popular and stuff. So I'm gonna start the trail. Oh, there's a couple geese over here. I mean, it's just so gorgeous. So, I mean, I think New Jersey is so pretty, you know? And the one good thing I noticed, like, there's never a lot of people here at the parks, you know? Which is great for me, so when I vlog. So, like, here's something. This is the first hole. I don't know how to do the flying disc thingy. Like, I don't know what that means. So we're just going to just walk and talk. There's a few things I want to talk to you guys about. All good news. First, I want to start off again with saying thank you to everybody who's been very supportive of me. I really appreciate you. All your, I'm still getting positive comments and you guys reaching out to me. You know, had a little weak moment, but I'm doing really well. I had my counseling today in the afternoon. If you don't know, I do this counseling. I do it through like Zoom, so I don't actually go there. It's the third time I went, and I really like this lady. And I gotta make sure the way that I go, I know how to come back because I have no sense of direction, and I'm here by myself because you guys know I got a car. So usually my husband's with me if I get lost, but I have to pay attention. Anywho, what was I saying? Oh, and I tried counseling many years ago. See, I don't know what this is. This is hole 3. I have to really look up what disc golf is. It's disc golf. God, I hope I'm not walking and somebody's throwing the frisbee and I get hit in the head. But anyway, we're gonna keep walking. So anyway, I tried counseling many years ago because in the very beginning of my marriage, you know, it's hard when you have a blended family. And I was very like, I'm not going to let a man tell me what to do. I'm going to let him know from the get-go, you don't control me. I'm going to do what I want. When my husband first met me, I was still living in the projects, you know, and just different things. And he used to always tell me, Anne, you got to deal with your childhood trauma, and you got to deal with different things, the abusive relationships you were in and different things like that. And I was like offended, what? So anyway, what we should have did, I truly believe in pre-marriage counseling. I truly do. But anyway, so I go and a couple years later, and I tried counseling where I physically went. Now, me and my husband were already married at that time, so I had his insurance. And I think the copay was only like $15 or $20 tops. I had to go to the next town over, so it wasn't that far. And what would you put, like, what, $20 in a gas tank, if that? I don't know. So let's just say it cost me $35 for everything. Not bad. But then they wanted me to go every week, so then it starts adding up. Again, not bad. It wasn't about the price. But I would go there, and I'm not kidding. I would literally sit down, and the lady would say, okay, well, the first thing she said is, well, you have to come here a couple times before we even prescribe medication. Well, I wasn't coming for medication because, oh God, I don't know which way to go. See, there's a fork in the road and I don't want to get lost. So I think if I just keep going straight, we'll be lost together. And so I didn't come for medication. I didn't want any medication. I just needed to talk, you know, to somebody that's unbiased, okay? And so that already threw me for a loop, but okay, whatever. So I explained to her, I don't want medication. I'm not here for that, you know, whatever. And so anyway, I would go and I would sit. So the first visit was like 15 minutes. It was like a question, whatever, all that kind of stuff. Of course, I give her my copay. And she goes, okay, well, come next week at whatever time. I'm like, well, that was $35 right after that. I mean, we accomplished nothing, right? Okay, fine. So I'm thinking that's how it always works. I go the next time, and she goes, okay, well, what do you want to talk about? And I go, well, I don't know. I said, my husband thinks I should come here to deal with childhood trauma. And like I explained a little bit when me and him were arguing and just different things. And she would go on about her life and, you know, compare and like just different things. And I just sat there and I thought, I don't like this counseling because I don't know what I need to talk about. And I don't know like how to start. And I don't know, like, this is before I even did YouTube, guys. So, and I was always raised, you know, go to counseling. You know, like, you know, what's that thing? So like, I go then the third time. The third time she goes, well, if you want to come back again, she goes, you know, you can speak to whoever it is you speak to and you can see if you need medication or whatever like that. Well, I never went back. And I remember years later when I start having my friend Lisa, and Lisa is a big advocate of going to counseling and stuff. And I remember saying, I don't like counseling. And she goes, and it's not the counseling. She goes, it might take you 10 different people to find the right one. You know what I mean? She goes, but you have to find, it's not the counseling, it's the person. Because all these years I kept thinking, well, I don't like counseling. Like, what was the purpose of counseling? Because it did absolutely nothing. I sat there and she's like, okay, what do you want to talk about this week? And then I was offended, like she thought I was coming there for medication, you know? So let me go over here real quick and see what this is. Because a lot of you guys know what disc golf is. I don't know. So this is hole 2. So like, clearly, I don't know any of this stuff. When I first came, before I knew it was a disc thing, I was like, oh great, this is trails. And back in my time when you were little, there were trails and then there were different exercise things. So I thought it was one of those logs you go up and go down, go up and go down. And then remember I said to you guys, oh, I think there's a man here because he looked just like, because he had this damn fly, because he had that bag like a man does. And that's what you guys told me, that's where he keeps the disc at. Anyway, it was funny. And so my point is, so I never went to counseling. Well, you guys know I had that relapse. And then I realized, God, I went through a whole hell of a lot my whole life, right? And so I started speaking to somebody online. And I really liked her. I talked to her about 40 minutes. She didn't judge me. She was asking me questions about my family history, my health, what medications I was on. Did I suffer from depression? Was I suicidal? Like all these things. Like, do you know what I mean? And she wasn't judgmental. And it was the Zoom. So it was a doctor and she's out of Pennsylvania. I live in Jersey. And the first thing I tell her, because here I'm insecure, right? I'm like, I don't want medication. You know? She's like, no, you know. Anyway, I really did like her. So then the second time, so I go every week now, once a week. So I went before, then I went on the last Monday, and then this Monday. Well, she knew all of everything, the relapse, and I told her a little bit more. And she even like has a text where if I need her anytime, I can text her or she can Zoom meeting me, Zoom call me. She wouldn't charge me anything for it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just really liked her. And she didn't judge me. And, you know, I told her different things about YouTube, just different things. And one, she, you know, like put me in my place on some things, which I liked. And, you know, she told me, she says, Ann, all the trauma that you had in your life as a childhood. And then, you know, what it is I have a defense mechanism, you know, and I don't want to get hurt. So I put that shield up so I don't get hurt. And I'm the type of person that, like when I made videos about Mandy, so many people were upset with me because I made videos about Mandy because I was so upset how she left those cats and now one of them died. But I dealt with, I've seen animal abuse, like real animal abuse, and I'm not going to get into it. I don't want this video to be triggering. So it triggers me when I see it. And so like I'm a very passionate person. And so you can look over here. If you go down, there is the lake. I don't know what you can see. Over here is the woods, and then if you look behind me, I'm walking on a trail. It's very pretty. Anywho, you know, I'm learning things about me that I didn't realize, you know. And like I said, this was the 3rd visit. Now next week I'll see her on a Tuesday. And the good thing is I don't have to put gas on the car. You know, I just pay my copay. She takes my insurance, which is $15, and I'll take that all day long. She's the one who walked me through it with the Withdr and Detox. You know, the first thing she asked me is today, are you okay? And I'm like, oh, I'm so much better now, you know, like, and she was like, we need to start from the beginning with you. We need to start with how you were in your childhood and go on. And like, if I would have went to, you know, what I'm saying is like, if you're ever like me and went to counseling once and tried it and was like, this counseling ain't for me, you have to find the right person. You know, Lisa was right, you know, and I hate to tell anybody that they were right, but I've already told Lisa, and I'm saying it publicly, you were right, you know? And good God, I look at this and I think, imagine if somebody fell down or somebody pushed you down, you go to your death. Things I think. Anyway, I keep hearing a noise. I'm scared to death of snakes, and it's probably a squirrel. But I always think a snake, but it's not. Squirrel. Oh, I see a squirrel. It is a squirrel. It's going up that tree. Oh, I won't be able to get it in time. Anyway, so that's what's helping me getting through a lot of stuff, you know? And I learned I can be impulsive, but I have learned not to be. And I tell you all the time, I'm very thankful for my health scare, because that really made me want to stop playing around. Because it doesn't matter. Somebody can tell you this is wrong with you. And I have been told for years, since I was in my 30s, since I was in my 20s, and you're not going to make it to 40 if you don't take care of yourself. You have what they call a triple threat: high cholesterol, high blood pressure, you're diabetic. You don't pay it no mind. Because you don't think it's going to happen to you. So it doesn't matter how many times you're told that, and you know, and you can tell people this is what's wrong, but you still don't think it's going to happen to you. And until it did. Oh, there's a house here, so I'm going to turn around because I don't know where I might be. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. There's houses back there, so let me start walking this way. And I'm always scared of loose dogs, you know. But anyway, what was I saying? To interrupt it myself, because I digress and then I forget what I'm talking about. Let me stop it and rewind it, because I totally forgot what I was talking about. Okay, we're talking about my health, and oh my God, my memory's getting bad, and my health and like different things. And so when I did have that health scare, you know, I was always a forgiving person before, but it really had me thinking, you know, like, especially, you know, like I said, I watch church every Sunday and on Wednesdays, and sometimes different days in the mornings. I'll watch like a replay or whatever the case may be. And it really made me think, like, life is so short. All those days I sat in my room and cried because I wouldn't show it in front of my kids, or I was just depressed because I didn't have a car, you know, or different things, when I could have just walked like I'm doing now. You know, talk to somebody, you know, just so much things were put into perspective. And sometimes you don't have to be so impulsive, like shut up. And sometimes let God take it, let what's going to happen, just in general. Like even with my marriage, like why do I always have to argue or have the last word or prove to him I'm big bad Ann? You ain't going to talk to me that way, when that's not even really how it was going. It was in my head. Does that make sense? So, there's people walking by. I'm good, how are you? Good. So like, you know, I had somebody ask me, are you going to keep talking about like what happened on your channel? And I'm like, absolutely. Because I think depression, addiction, relapse, even people with anxiety, people that have trauma. People don't talk about it a lot. They don't talk about it enough. And if I would have found other YouTubers, and maybe there are, I just haven't found them, that talk about it, I wouldn't have felt so alone and ashamed. Because I would talk to people on the phone like nothing was going on. Maybe you can see now, like how you can walk down here. See, the sun is hitting, so I don't know what you can see. I'll get a better view when I go down there. But so I never said a thing because I was embarrassed. It's embarrassing. You know, and sometimes you look at like these other YouTubers and you think, oh, they have it all. They have a great life. Like I always told you. That's why I tell you the good and the bad with my husband. Like we're in the best place we ever been. And I love my husband. Don't get me wrong. But it wasn't always great. Right? And a lot of it because of me. Some people like to play the victim, like it's all, you know, it's never them. They're perfect. But no. God, no. I know it was me. It was him too. Don't get me wrong. But a lot of it was me. I'm going to go down this way. Oh, God, please don't let me get lost. And then just like head to the car. Damn, is it sunny? Maybe this was the wrong direction I should have went. I just wanted to get a little bit closer to the water. Holy crap, can you guys even see me? Okay, let me get in the shade. I'm getting to the shade. Getting there. Okay. Now we're talking. Okay, so now let me show you. You guys can see the water now. I don't even know if what you can see. Like I said, I'll get closer towards the end of the vlog. And so yeah, and remember, people don't always show you. They're not going to show you the bad. They're going to show you the good, or they're going to fake it. They're, you know, let's just say me and my husband got into an argument right now, but I know we're getting ready to film a Q&A or whatever the case may be. Well, we're going to be on our best behavior, like we love each other, or we're lovey-dovey, all this kind of stuff. And then after we stop, it's like, I hate you, now get out of my way. Not that that has ever happened, I'm just saying, because I won't film when I'm angry with them, you know, because my face shows it all. But that's what people do. And so, like, my main channel, I've always said, was about beauty and unboxing, and I want to keep it that way. And this is more of, you know, even though that's my real life, because that gets me excited and happy, and that's my real personality. But this is also another part of my life. And I've said it before, people think it's drama or whatever. I don't care, because I'm here for the people that need to hear what I have to say, and so they don't feel alone. Does that make sense? And so always remember that when you're going through a tough time and you're watching people and you're like, oh, they have the best life. They got these houses and cars and all that kind of stuff. You never know what's going on behind closed doors, right? You never knew about the infidelity that was going on in my marriage. I never told you. Like, I only told you what I wanted you to know. Yeah, we were separated, but you didn't know what, right? So that's why I say that. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here real quick and clear my head. Like I said, I cooked, and I want to tell you guys, because a lot of you guys keep asking me, like, how you doing? And I'm doing really, really good. And I could not have gotten through this if it wasn't for counseling, if it wasn't for all the positivity. I mean, of course, you're going to get some people that are saying, oh, she's probably faking a relapse for some, like, you know, that's because they never had that issue. Because people that really had an issue, you know. But, yeah. So that's how I've been working, because a lot of you reach out to me and say, you're going through the same thing, and how are you dealing with it? You look a lot happier. How? One, admitting. That is the first step. If for anything, you have to admit. I had to talk to somebody. I had to go to counseling. I had to. I had no other I had to. That helped me a lot. Getting rid of, like, bad energy just in general. Anything that was like, I mean, I had to stop watching TV shows and stuff. So nothing specifically. Holy crap. I went down the wrong way. Let me see if I can go up this way where there's more shade. And for me, and I don't pull religion on people, but for me, it was God and my faith. Reading my Bible again, getting back into the books I used to read. In the morning, I was telling a friend this. I remember before, the first thing I would get up is start reading my Bible, or after I made my coffee first, or then I would like read different things, different books, or watch a church, like a replay, or listen to gospel music. But what I started doing is the first thing is getting up, looking at my emails, seeing if any companies contacted me, looking at my comments. And, you know, like I started off the day wrong, and you need to start your day off positive. Even if you go outside for 5 minutes and just thank you, God, for waking me up. Thank you, God, for waking my children up. Thank you, God, for this beautiful green trees. How beautiful is nature? Let's be real. It's gorgeous. Look at the geese here. Thank you, God, for it, because I'm really into geese lately. I'll turn it around and show you. But do you understand what I'm saying? So, all right, I'm going to get off here because I don't know. I'm just talking. But I'm happy. I'm in a good place. I'm in one of the best places I've been in a long, long, long time, you know? So, all right, guys, please like this video or dislike it. That helps me out too. Towards the end, I'll show you some scenery, so stay to the end. And leave a comment. It helps out with engagement. And yeah, you know what I always say. Stay beautiful, stay blessed, stay healthy. And most importantly, always stay you. And I will see you in my next vlog. Bye, guys. Look at the geese. Look how pretty. So gorgeous. I love, love, love this lake and this park. And guys, I don't know where the hell I'm at, but this is the scenery. So I'll fast forward it so we can walk together and see if I know where the heck I'm at. Oh, there's geese standing there. Okay, so here are some steps. Let's go down. Hopefully I don't bust my ass. Okay. Can you see the sun's in my eyes? Look at that. Oh, look at the water. All right, now I will put some music in and fast forward, and let's see if I found my way. I think I have, because I believe right there is the parking lots. All right, I know where I'm at. I see the parking lot. I made it. Bye, guys.